What you are about to hear will obliterate the version of yourself that exists today. Comfort, validation, and approval will mean nothing. This is not self-help. This is psychological weaponization. Once you begin, there is no turning back. Most men stumble through life as pawns reacting, seeking approval, crushed by rejection, paralyzed by social pressure. The elite, they are predators. They move unseen, untouchable, unshakable. They do not chase influence, they command it instinctively. What you are about to learn is the psychological principle behind unshakable inhuman confidence. The kind of confidence that renders criticism irrelevant, rejection meaningless, and social manipulation impossible. You will not simply access it, you will live it. This transformation unfolds across 5 deadly phases. Each phase dismantles weakness, reconstructs your mind, and forges a presence that cannot be ignored, challenged, or predicted. True confidence is not learned, it is engineered. External behaviors like posture, tone, or eye contact are shadows of the real structure beneath. Most men rely on applause, on recognition. You will rely only on yourself. Begin with ruthless self-examination. Strip every lie, mask, and comforting illusion. Ask, what fears dictate my every move? Which patterns trap me? Where does weakness control me? Every insecurity, doubt, or fear becomes fuel. Observe it, manipulate it, convert it into raw power. Emotional intelligence is your first weapon. Fear is not to be obeyed. It is decoded, analyzed, and harnessed. Doubt is your signal. Anxiety becomes your map to strategy. The foundation of your mind must become a fortress impervious to manipulation. Every thought, every belief, every principle is reinforced, tested, and weaponized. Criticism becomes a ghost. Rejection, a shadow. You operate in a realm beyond ordinary perception, untouchable, fluid, lethal. Begin deep cognitive drills. Observe every instinctive reaction you have throughout the day. Question it. Pause before response. Force your mind into unfamiliar patterns. Every habitual loop is a cage. Break it. Your past decisions, regrets, and social conditioning are the clay you mold into strategy. Pain, embarrassment, and fear become the mortar that binds your fortress. This phase is violent for the psyche. The old self dies in silence. You emerge invisible yet unavoidable, operating on levels most cannot even perceive. Every reflection, every pause, every uncomfortable moment is a training ground. You are shaping a presence that exists before action, moves before thought, dominates before awareness. Approval is a leash. Most men tremble, desperate for it. You will cut the cord. Build an internal compass that cannot bend under fear, desire, or judgment. Every decision is rooted in principle, not reaction. Boundaries are weapons. No becomes both sword and shield. Relationships exist by choice, not necessity. Self-sufficiency is not isolation. It's total command over your internal ecosystem. You control your mind, emotions, decisions, and actions. Others exist as predictable nodes, manipulated only when it serves your strategy. Emotional detachment is your armor. Fear, longing, pride, envy, they cannot penetrate. Decisions are cold, calculated, and lethal. Your presence alone commands obedience. Build multi-layered mental structures. Scenarios, contingencies, and responses rehearsed silently in your mind. You operate in parallel outcomes, anticipating events before they occur. This phase is brutal. Comfort disappears. Familiarity is a cage you leave behind. You will feel isolation, but this is the price of sovereignty. The mind begins to shift into predator mode, always observing, always calculating, always ahead of the pack. Self-validation becomes a constant practice. Every achievement is acknowledged internally. Praise from others becomes irrelevant. Feedback is filtered like steel through fire. You will cultivate strategic independence in social, professional, and personal arenas. Reliance on external influence is eliminated. Your decisions are driven by internal logic, principle, and efficiency. Most men shout their achievements. You let results speak for themselves. Excellence is a predator stalking silently. You act with precision. You do not announce. You arrive, strike, and vanish. Timing is a weapon. Speak only when your words carry weight. Silence amplifies presence. Every phrase is strategic, calculated, disruptive. Focus on mastery, not recognition. Every victory is quiet, undeniable, inevitable. Observation becomes your tool. Watch others. Dissect their patterns. Detect weaknesses they hide even from themselves. Use this knowledge without revealing your hand. Strategic invisibility allows you to move in the shadows, execute without interference, and allow the world to respond to your presence without understanding why. Influence becomes automatic. People respond instinctively. Systems bend. Conversations obey your presence. You don't charm, manipulate, or convince you exist, and that existence dominates. Decisions are made in multi-dimensional thinking. Every action is considered in light of immediate outcomes, ripple effects, and long-term influence. You simulate reality while others stumble through linear chaos. Your achievements compound silently, building a reputation and authority that others cannot question because they never see the effort, only the results. Masks are for the weak. To dominate, you operate raw, real, and unfiltered. Stop hiding. Show truth, not performance. Every word, every action aligns with principle, never with approval. Vulnerability is weaponized. Weakness is leveraged as unpredictability, leaving others off balance, confused, unable to anticipate your next move. Presence becomes gravitational. People cannot ignore you, even when silent. Your energy commands attention. Authenticity amplifies perception. People feel your internal alignment and instinctively trust, fear, or obey it without understanding why. You manipulate social gravity by simply existing in alignment with your core self. Psychological leverage emerges from being untouchable in your identity. Others' attempts to influence or manipulate fail automatically because your internal system cannot be hacked. You move like a predator in human patterns, perceiving hidden scripts, anticipating reactions, and acting before others comprehend the environment. Every interaction becomes a test. Every reaction from others is data for prediction, calculation, and influence. You see through facades, anticipate manipulation attempts, and neutralize threats instinctively. Authenticity is power. Genuineness makes you untouchable. The world cannot manipulate you because you no longer play by its rules. Internal worth is absolute. Emotional interference is purged. The man you were is erased. Self-esteem is untethered from possessions, status, or social markers. Only principle, logic, and strategy govern action. Emotion becomes either a tool or irrelevant. Fear, longing, desire, impulse neutralized. Decisions are pure calculation. Reality is mapped as patterns, leverage, and systems. You see beneath chaos, perceiving currents others ignore. You are no longer confident you are a weapon. You are a cognitive predator, operating beyond humanity. Decisions are calculated, movements precise, influence inevitable. Others perceive this as charisma, genius, luck. They are wrong. This is control without announcement, dominance without declaration. Your mind no longer reacts, it simulates. Every human interaction, every corporate maneuver, every social dynamic becomes a system to map, manipulate, and master. Isolation sharpens perception. Silence amplifies cognition. You see through motives, detect manipulation, and preempt responses. The cost, loneliness. The reward, sovereignty. You outgrow comfort, mediocrity, and predictable humanity. The world bends because your mind exists one step ahead of reality itself.